Hello, semester 6 Botany Honors students. Here I am Dr. S. Khalkho. अभी मैं आप लोगों के सामने रेस्पिरेशन पढ़ाने के लिए आई हूँ। इसके पहले मैंने आप लोगों को पढ़ाया था फोटोसिंथेसिस। इन फोटोसिंथेसिस प्लांट टेक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड and water and form the glucose. Byproduct is glucose. And in respiration it take oxygen and give the carbon dioxide, water and energy. So respiration is the energy stored in carbohydrate molecules during photosynthesis is released during cellular oxidation of carbohydrates into carbon dioxide and water. This is called the respiration. So in respiration, the oxidation of various organic food substances, respiratory substances like carbohydrates, fats, protein, etc. So this is the equation. This is the carbohydrate, glucose, and oxygen. 6 molecules of oxygen. It converted into carbon dioxide, water, and energy. The amount is 686 kilocalories energy. Mainly two types of respiration. Mainly two types of respiration. First is aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, complete oxidation of glucose in presence of free oxygen. And give the complete oxidation of glucose, give the carbon dioxide, water, and 686 kilocalories. And in anaerobic respiration, it is incomplete oxidation of glucose in absence of external oxygen, resulting in the formation of ethyl alcohol, carbon dioxide, and energy. This is the glucose C6H12O6, and for the ethyl alcohol C2H5OH, carbon dioxide, and less amount of energy, that is 49 kilocalories. And that this is the types of respiration it perform in different plants and different tissues. So mechanism of respiration, how it is performed? It is performed at different stages. First stage is glycolysis or EMP, or embedded Markov-Perkins pathway. And glycolysis means this is the Greek words. Glycos means sugar, lysis means splitting, which can take place in absence of oxygen, and 6 carbon compound glucose is broken down or oxidized into molecules of 3 carbon compounds, the pyruvate, that is the last product, a triose, through a series of 10 enzymatic reactions. So it is also known as enzymatic reaction. The first you see that the glucose, this is the product, it comes from photosynthesis. Glucose, it converted into glucose 6-phosphate in presence of enzymes hexokinase and magnesium, and the same time ATP converted into ADP. This glucose 6-phosphate is a reversible reaction converted into fructose 6-phosphate in presence of enzyme phosphohexose isomerase. Then fructose 6-phosphate converted into fructose 1,6-biphosphate in presence of enzymes phosphofructose kinase and magnesium ion. Then fructose 1,6-biphosphate converted in presence of enzymes aldolase into 2 compounds, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, it is also converted in reversible reaction with dihydroxyacetone phosphate and presence of enzymes triose phosphate isomerase. So here the half portion of the respiration. Then 2-glyceraldehyde, 3-phosphate is the end product, 1 portion. It is the reversible reaction. It converted into 1,3-biphosphate, 2 molecules in presence of enzyme glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. In the same time, 2-NAD converted into 2-NAD plus hydrogen ion. At the same time, 2 inorganic phosphate enter in this cycle, and 1,3-biphosphate, 2 molecules converted into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde glycerate, 2 molecules in presence of enzyme phosphoglycerate kinase and magnesium ion. At the same time, here 2 adenosine diphosphate converted into ATP, 2 molecules of ATP. Then 3-phosphoglycerate, 2 molecules converted into 2-phosphoglycerate, 2 molecules in presence of enzyme phosphoglycerate and magnesium ion. At the same time, 2 phosphoglycerate molecules converted into phosphoenol pyruvate in presence of enzyme enolase and magnesium ion, and at the same time 1 molecule of hydrogen ions comes out. Phosphoenol pyruvate, 2 molecules converted into pyruvate, 2 molecules. At the same time, 2 ADP converted into 2 ATP in presence of enzyme pyruvate kinase, magnesium and potassium. So this is the end product of the glycolysis or EMP pathway. Thank you.